flashes of brilliance. Oh. Hello there. We're going camping. We're going camping. It's Thanksgiving weekend. Yay!
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 And hands on the wheel.
Okay. Our kind of sort of tradition, our annual thing, run off somewhere in the woods by ourselves for Thanksgiving because we won't have a big brew coming home and invading our homestead. So
Right.
go off somewhere by ourselves and hide from humanity and don't bother anybody.
There's only a couple of us, you know. Family's not that big, so we tend to take the time to go explore, camp, and get away from, you know, the norm.
And this year we are exploring Table Rock State Park here in South Carolina, another one of South Carolina's original 16 civilian conservation parks.
Yeah.
As we have never been, I think I went once in my youth, but I really can't trust that memory, so I've never been. It'll be new to me, new to us.
Alzheimer's,
It's,
dementia, whatever.
don't get Alzheimer's, people. It's terrible.
All kidding aside, we don't have any.
Hoping the weather will hold us. A beautiful day today, but there is some chance of rain because we can't go camping that it doesn't rain.
Yes.
But maybe we'll get lucky. Do a little mountainous woods hiking and a little bit of turkey eating tomorrow, and
Work off all the turkey eating, the hiking.
as usual, whatever it is, you will be along for the ride.
Stay tuned.
Looks like we made it. We're here, but it's the gloaming hour, so we will do proper, and here we are in the morning, right? Right?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving morning, and here we are. So, we'll see you in the morning. As promised. And here we are. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Turkey Day.
Gabba, gabba, gabba. As usual, we slept late, so it's already mid-morning. But we're going to start working on the feast and probably watch the Cowboys this afternoon. So,
Hopefully win this year.
so this will probably be a hole up inside the camper day, and then we'll do some adventuring tomorrow. We got a long weekend, so we'll do some adventuring tomorrow and Saturday, hopefully. In the meantime, here is Site 93 in the White Oaks Loop Campground at Table Rock State Park. And you didn't see it, and it's probably a good thing because we freaked out. I'm going to show you the surface. You see is this rock scurry with leaves, and usually we have the plastic plate beneath the block that we put the tongue jack on. And plastic plate on uneven rock surface tends to slide. So this 3-ton behemoth here actually moved a few inches when we were setting it up. Scared the poop out of us. But
thank goodness for wheel chop.
yeah, danger averted. We got it back on the truck and took the plate out, and the block bit into the dirt, so it's solid. But once that happened, everything was normal after that, normal setup. So let me show you the site. We've had water on campsite side before. I think it was at Hamilton Branch, but we've never had all utilities on this side. And I guess I understand why they had to do it that way, because this is technically a pull-through, but there's no like island barrier between the roadway and the site, so you can't really have utilities right there. Somebody might clip them off with a vehicle. So, but fortunately, I've got enough cabling that we got everything connected. Excellent water pressure. What else can I tell you? Oh, South Carolina wooden picnic tables that you can move. Great. Not a lot of room for camping. We haven't put out our camp chairs yet, and I don't know if we will.
It's supposed to rain.
Yeah, we haven't put out the awning, and actually I don't know if we could with how close we are to the tree line. Sites are a little close together. We haven't checked that bathhouse, but the exterior sure does look nice.
And it's very close and
Yeah.
convenient.
Hop, skip, and a jump. Another fellow mini lighter over there, truck camper here. But that's the digs for the long weekend. As promised, check in with you first thing this morning. So, done. We're gonna hole up and be a solitary couple for Thanksgiving, and then we'll get out in the world tomorrow and take you along with us. So, eat up like we're gonna do, then sleep it all off. Come back tomorrow. We'll have some fun. Not bad for Black Friday morning, huh? Oh, top of the morning to you, by the way. We are walking on Nature Trail. There's more to the name, but I can't remember what the name is.
Carrick.
That's it. Carrick. C-A-R-R-I-C-K, I think is Nature Trail. We are not climbing the mountain.
It rained all night.
Well, yeah, I mean, and two, there's been sickness in the house of late, and neither one of us is really fully charged energy and stability wise, so it's probably best that we don't. I mean, it'd be fun, and the mountain ain't going anywhere. Hopefully we'll come back someday and do it, but it won't be this trip. So looking at pretty nature and maybe seeing a deer. We did see a deer already. Yeah. Didn't have camera rolling, but the dash cam was. Maybe if I got a frame of it, I'll drop it in here. But we'll see what the Nature Trail has and make the best of it.
Starts out pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not. This is right here at the beginning. I'm sure. If this is the high point, it's not bad.
This is the high point. We might as well go back.
9.5 miles to Sassafras Mountain. Oh, so that's a neat way of doing the blazes. Almost like they're partially carved into the tree with the paint. And a quick little thank you shout out to South Carolina State Parks, today being Black Friday, Thanksgiving weekend. All day, I know all day yesterday, I think all day today too. All 47 South Carolina State Parks are free admission. Nice little gift from the state, as well as paying our tax dollars to support it. Oh yeah, it's the loop. We closed the loop. I get it now. I know where I am. Since we've closed the loop and we're almost back to the nature center, we'll probably bid you all a good afternoon. Put this camera back in my pocket. Because somebody hadn't had their Thanksgiving leftovers yet. I've already had round one of my Thanksgiving leftovers. I intend on having round two.
I'm hungry.
So we will probably head back to the Falcon and eat and nap. And we haven't decided for sure if we might go back out this evening or play out in Civilization tomorrow. But whatever it is, you know you'll come along. So stay tuned. And we're back. We figured out something to do. We're going to check out Hagood Mill Historic Site over in Pickens. And, of course, there's Hagood Mill, which is not what's really drawing. We just saw a mill back in Hamburg in the summer. I'm sure it'll be interesting, but what I'm mainly interested in seeing is there's a archaeological site there with some petroglyphs, which is very unusual for this part of the country. So that's what we're going to check out, and you get to see it.
So instead of waterfalls, we get to see a water wheel.
Yeah. She's so witty. There's the sign. It says that we're at Hagood Mill Historic Site.
Or Hagood.
Hagood, depending on if you believe Google's pronunciation. I don't. Let's explore, shall we? Okay, all properly indoctrinated by the very knowledgeable lady in there.
They have lots going on. Mill operations, blues fests. They're a harvest host. I guess when they have bluegrass or whatever.
It'd be the hoedown.
Yeah.
The hoedown up here. I wonder if you can make pizza in that thing. Pizza. Running chickens. Running, run, chicken, run, chicken. Oh yeah, a little bit of hiking too if you were so inclined. I suspect we've done our share of that though. Yeah. And here's why this site is so special. Only 3 pictograph sites have been discovered in South Carolina, and 2 of them are right here in Pickens County, and this one that we'll see in a moment is the largest of them. Why, yes, we are.
You can almost see people.
Yeah, to the naked eye, we can see some of them. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, folks, but trust us, it's there. There's 1, and there's 1, 2, 3. There's some etching over here. I hope you can see it. But if you can't, take our word for it. The nice lady working the gift shop, welcome center, front desk, however you want to say it, said that she, in her youth 30 years ago, would come play on this rock with her son before all this was built. I mean, before the petroglyphs were discovered. And here she is 30 years later as an employee of the site, and here we are. There's some right there of some people in structures.
Which I'm sure, thinking about it, you know, being that she played on it not that long ago, some of the etchings, like you can see the name, it looks like Thomas. So I'm sure they had to do some kind of scientific dating for the actual petroglyphs to guarantee that's what they were, because otherwise.
Fraud.
Yeah.
Fascinating. The wonders of our home state never cease to amaze me.
6.5 hours later.
And somebody got their fire. So it's going pretty good. As promised, here in the truck, on the way home, Sunday afternoon now, Sunday morning we left.
Right.
Ready to do mission report for Table Rock State Park. What do we think?
It was very nice. Very, very nice. Loved the hike in the woods. Got to see some pretty waterfalls, and it was a little bit more cardio intensive than we thought it might be. So.
And it was, I'd call that a hike. I wouldn't, most of our hiking is a walk in the woods.
Stroll in the woods.
I would call this a hike. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a moderate hike. I agree with that
was.
assessment. I mean, you had to kind of up a few steps of rock, but.
And post-flu, some of us had to a little bit more than the others. But the sites in the campground, you could tell it was a CCC kind of organization that made them a little tight, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and we had a conversation with a neighbor while we were there. These CCC parks, I'm sure the CCC was not as concerned about laying out the campgrounds as they were about the other day use and community use facilities.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after 4 years of staying in some of these parks around our home state and in Georgia too, I guess we need to keep that more in mind when we kind of about how cramped some of these older campgrounds are. I mean, I'm sure that the current staff is doing the best they can.
Oh yeah.
Setting these campgrounds up with the land that was ceded to them by previous generations.
Right. And the day use areas were very, very nice. I bet in the summertime that place is rocking. The campground loops themselves are not right next to those amenities, I guess. But if you drive over, there's a nice parking area. But the day use area with the beach, and I think they even have a concession stand.
Mm-hmm.
It's right across from the nature center where the trailheads start. Big playground, beach area, kayak, paddle boat, etc. rentals. It's very nice. And
fishing.
Yeah.
Our site was very unlevel.
Oh yeah, most of the sites are very unlevel.
Yeah. Well, I saw a couple. There were in our loop. There were 2 sites that were paved.
I think those are ADA sites.
Well, nonetheless, they were paved and level, but everything else is kind of.
And it says on the website that our site was level, and we can attest to you that it was not.
It was not.
Because we had to stack up the bricks.
1 hour later.
And segue. We were coming up on the same pit stop that we made going up, and we figured we needed to make a pit stop, so
why not?
We made a pit stop, and now that we're stopped, it's safer to talk to you while we're stopped, so we'll talk to you, then we'll go home. As we were saying that someday we'd like to go back to Table Rock and climb. Well, I'd like to go back and climb the mountain. Yeah. I talk her into it, but anyway, hopefully the mountain's not going anywhere, so it'll be there. We have other parks to hit before then, but I would definitely happily make a return visit to Table Rock. It was very, very quiet, and that's usually one of the top 2 or 3 criteria of any trip we make is silence. And,
well, silence is golden.
I wish it had been a couple of degrees cooler. I think it would have been a lovely, wonderful, just textbook late fall camping experience. Just Mother Nature decided to jack the thermostat up about 10 degrees before Thanksgiving Day. But that's neither.
That's the South.
Yeah, that's just. So, as I said, on the whole, Table Rock, thumbs up.
Yep.
Next on the books, we are probably winterizing, at least until Valentine's. I think the next thing we have on the books is Valentine's. And then after that, who knows? We may come up with something to do and present to you between now and Valentine's. Who knows? If we do, we'll see you then. If not, we'll see you sometime in February. So, happy Thanksgiving just done. Merry Christmas coming up. Happy New Year coming up. We will see you guys in the new year, if not sooner. So, until then, as we always say,
keep living and learning.
Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video, folks. And sadly, I must inform you that this is also the end of the adventures of Live and Learn RV. Why? Well, in order to keep that incredibly complex ample as simple as possible, I'll point out something that we've often tried to communicate here on the channel. RV camping is a fantastic and fulfilling activity that a couple or an entire family should all enjoy. And while there's a certain amount of work involved in it, of course, it should be fun. And when the time comes that one or more of a family traveling caravan doesn't find it fun enough anymore, then it's best for everybody in that family dynamic to move on to something else. That's the case with us. We are a traveling couple. And we've always tried to show you how a couple of limited means and traveling opportunities could enjoy our version of the RV lifestyle within the confines of a normal wage-slave life. Well, one half of this particular couple has come to realize that it's not as enjoyable an experience as it once was, and if either one of us is not enjoying it, having the fun with it that we should, then we as a couple should and will move on to other things. So, by the time you see this, the aluminum Falcon will be gone, off to hopefully provide some other lucky campers with an avenue to finding as much fun and discovery as it did for us. And that being said, this channel is not disappearing. while there may or may not be anything new added here, the videos that we have produced will remain here on YouTube. I'm very, very proud of the content we've created, and even if no one else does, we and our family and friends will watch these archives of our adventures quite often in the years to come, and I sure hope that lots of you out there will too. Please know that we have so enjoyed getting to know some of our fellow content creators out there, meeting some of you viewers, and hearing from so many more of you down in the comments over the last 4.5 years. If any of you or any future viewers make comments or ask questions down in the comments of any of our videos, I'll still be around to answer them as best I can. And I still have a buttload of camera equipment and a desire to use it. So there may very well come a time that I get a flash of inspiration and create something visual, be it camping or travel related or something else entirely. If and when I do, you will be able to see that over on my personal YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@LarrySmoke. And if I were to end up creating a new channel for this hypothetical new content, then I'd also post directions to it over there on my personal channel. With that, Live and Learn RV signs off. But it is with the utmost sincerity that I say to all of you out there in Noob Nation that I really hope that all of you keep living and learning.